Hey guys, what's up, and welcome to the other semi-final for World Series 2016. So I already played my games against Rob, so I was through to the final, and now we've got Herb against Curious for the other semi-final. It's a best of 7, and we're on Barren Badlands. It looks like Herb's got a bit of army lurk, not massively, but I do prefer Demo over Nuke, which is the army that Taz has got. So I've got red against purple, so quite different colours, so you can easily see on the screen who is against who. Now, I think Curious has not been playing his best in the last few months, and I think if he plays up against a normal Herb, but not Herb's normal level, then I think Herb might take the series, but we're going to see how this goes. So we've got GLA branching out with the workers. He should be making terrorists and going for a terror tech, take out the war factory, puts Nuke straight on the back foot as long as he doesn't have mines. You can even target the Nuke power plant if you want to play it more safe, although sometimes you do see mines on there as well, or even a supply. We've got 2 supplies and 2 war factories out of Curious. We've got a demo trap out of Herb. Bit of a mistake there, he cancelled that one. I think actually he wanted to leave that one and build it right outside the war factories. This is quite a good start for Herb. I'd now back that off. I don't know about making more, maybe. I don't know how many exactly it takes to kill that. I think 3 or 4 is the answer. I don't know if it has to be really close as well, but this is going to be actually... Curious has actually been forced to sell that, so that's a super good start from Herb. Herb should cancel that one now, and I'd probably just go back here and build a tunnel. He's been a little bit ambitious building that, because now he's just going to lose the worker. If he'd have ran back over there, he could have started building a tunnel and have the flank. But now Curious has been forced to sell that and make another war factory, because Herb hasn't garrisoned anything in the centre. We've got a Battlemaster going straight in and going to get straight into the worker line, and now that is really problematic for GLA, because they're hard to kill for a start, because they've got good armour against the Scorpions without the rocket, and when it does explode it's going to kill all the workers anyway from the splash damage. Herb causing a bit of trouble here. We've got a terror, not a terror tech, a tech RPG. He needs to cancel that and get his $200 back. We've got these workers doing more weird things. I think Herb is messing around a little bit too much, and that's going to cause some problems. He was trying to do another demo thingy there, but in the meantime though, Taz is getting in the worker line for Herb, and that's going to be a good morale boost for Taz, because killing all the workers, that's basically Herb on 1 supply. Now this Battlemaster can even go over here and kill a load of more, so that's $2,000 worth of workers at least. We've got this terrorist, he's been hurt, so he's going to run really slow, but this supply is going to probably go down. Herb not really paying attention and actually losing his stuff there. That's super low, super unfortunate, because that's basically a wasted time of attack. As long as Taz goes and repairs that, that's not too bad. So it's actually not looking too bad for Taz, actually. If I was Herb, I don't know if he's been a little bit too confident, but you want to have these garrison, because all those Battlemasters that charged through the centre and gone to the worker line and killed loads of workers. I missed that what happened there exactly. But if you got them garrison, Nuke can't do anything, then you just get Palace and oils later. But Herb is being a little bit aggressive here, and if this attack doesn't work, Nuke's going to be able to stabilise, which he is doing slowly, and as soon as he gets on Overlords, it's going to be real hard for a GLA only on 2 supplies. So we'll see how this goes. Those 2 RPGs might go down. Yeah, actually gone down to 1 RPG. Would like to have seen them garrisoned up. Another load of workers dead. If those workers die as well, this is looking real bad for Herb, actually. So even though Herb's been totally aggressive and doing loads of damage, his whole attack has been completely destroyed, and all his workers have been killed. So he's hardly on any cash at the moment, and hardly any map control, and this tunnel is going to go down. That tunnel is going to get up, which is a little bit going to make this a little bit scrappy in this area, but I think that Battlemaster can get that there in time. Well, of course we've got these demo traps, so you'd have to perfectly go around, but of course we can see them, but he doesn't know exactly where they are, so it's a bit of a risk. He has forgotten where they are as well and charged into them. So Herb has now got to be fully aggressive, because he's lost so many workers. He's quite behind in economy, I would say, where it's Curious floating 3.5k. Needs to move that Battlemaster into the line of tanks so it does some splash damage. Probably going to get it. Going to get 1 Battlemaster. Sorry, 1 Scorpion. And the Battlemaster now going to go down, going to cause some big splash damage. Another Scorp gone down, another Scorp low. These RPGs are expensive. Herb still needs to cancel that, get his $200 back. We've got a Battlemaster coming down the south. Going to get in the worker line again, and one there. This is looking real bad for Herb. Even though it looks like he's doing well in this area, but every attack is being repelled by Curious, and he's holding on pretty good. This is real sloppy from Herb, I think. Not his usual standard, I would say. More workers dead. Herb's now on no workers and $688, so well, he's got one worker there. That tunnel's going to go down as well. These RPGs are going to be ready to fill a helix. All he needs now is to spend 1,000 on an airfield. He can also expand over here. He knows he's pushed Herb right back, and a GLA without any map control and out any garrisons like here is going to be pretty difficult to win with. You need tunnels everywhere, and you can. The idea of GLA is that you can transport your army all over the place. Get like sneaky tunnels up on the right side and the left side, and alternate where you want to attack and stuff. Curious, of course, has decided to cancel the propaganda center. The propaganda center takes ages to build. Made a supply instead. Now going for an airfield, because a supply takes literally a few seconds to build, so you might as well build it and be on another supply, and then build the lengthier buildings that take to build, rather than the other way around. Still no workers that supply, 2 workers there, and he's on $13. Herb's in a real bad situation. Actually, why can't I click off Herb? That was weird. The back button actually disappeared for a sec. Another Battle Master going to get in. This is looking real bad for Herb now. That Battlemaster could have run in and done some splash damage. This Battlemaster in the meantime is going to kill more workers. That's Herb on 0 workers, $13. So he's going to have to now sell stuff, which is a situation you don't want to be in. Actually, you could wait for the $200 from the oil, which I think he has done, and built a few workers. Or it must have been the 1,000 bonus that he got. Helped him build some workers back. But I saw that airfield has been built. Helix is now ready, so that's going to catch GLA real off guard. Herb probably feels this game is going to be a loss. I would be thinking, if I was in his situation, probably just hold on as much as you can, hopefully get some good engagements. He has made a quad, so maybe he is expecting a helix. After seeing all those RPGs at the beginning, you should be expecting a helix. Now going for a propaganda center. Probably that's his last dozer, so probably like to see mines on a few of these things, just in case Herb goes to the dozer hunt. That's probably one way he could still win. And Scorp's going back, and finally got this garrison, but I think it's just a worker inside, so pretty useless. Hoping probably just to scare Taz back. But the Battlemaster just went straight by it anyway. I don't know if Taz is actually paying attention to that one, because as soon as I saw a bunkered garrison, I'd probably just go back, thinking there's an RPG in there, but actually a worker. Helix is going to go straight to the tunnel, so no units can come out of there now. There's 2 helixes. It's going to take at least like 4 quads to take them out, so one coming out and attacking is not going to be enough. That war factory is going to go down, and that's Herb going to be out of this game. It scores its best of 7, so it's the first to win 4 games. A few quads there, and a stinger sight going up. But I don't think Herb has done even half the amount of damage that he needs to Taz. He's hardly done any. I mean, he did a bit of harassment early on here, and all of that early game leads up to this point. So because Taz took hardly any damage, he was forced to sell 1 war factory. Of course, you get $1,000 back from that. 1 helix possibly going to go down. Yeah, and then he was forced to rebuild it at the start, but that's not enough damage. This map is a little bit weird. If you have to press the number pad 5 to get the full vision, and if I go back to the top now, you'll notice I can't scroll further up. I have to press the 5 key again, and then scroll back down. I have to press the 5 key again. It's like really strange map. So we've got 1 Battlemaster going down. We've got a helix over here. It's probably going to go down if Taz is not paying attention. Don't think Taz is, and it's going to move really slowly now, and an RPG that's actually in there wasn't firing the whole time is now going to fire and get the final hit. A bit like League of Legends, where you got to get the last hit. The RPG wanted the last hit and he got it. It's got 2 Overlords out now. A mixture of Overlords and Helix is going to be real hard for GLA to handle, especially without a Palace. The perfect counter will probably be quads and buses and a Jarman. but I'm assuming he's not on a palace. Palace is on the way, but of course he's massively behind because the economic situation. Herb's still going for these weird demo things. Demo traps trying to blow up some buildings. Taz now going to push forward, and this is going to be the hard bit for Herbs. Like so far with like the helixes, he's been able to hold on with like tier 1 units, which are the quads. But unless you've got like a massive amount of Scorps, you're not going to be able to deal with this. This is going to be real hard for Herb now. Stinger going up. He's probably just going to try and hold on, but if this palace goes down, which I'm assuming is going to go down, it's not going to be good. Herb trying to go for a last-ditch attempt at a terror tech. Probably came in at the wrong angle, probably wanted to come in from behind. Probably hoping that Curious wasn't paying attention, but the palace looks like it's going to go down. Helios now coming in. Has that got any units in though? Yeah, it has. And maybe the Stinger was actually a good idea, but the Helix is going to go down. That's 3 Helixes. Bad micro from Curious on us on the Helixes. Everything else has been pretty good, but the Helixes have been pretty bad. Lost 3, which cost I think 1750 each, and then the rockets are 350 each, and the bunkers 400. Multiply all that by 3 times, and that's an expensive loss. And Curious takes the first game. So pretty well played by Curious. A bit sloppy from Herb, I felt. A bit sloppy on both sides, but maybe it's just the first game. Maybe it's the first games of the day. But we can see Curious outmined Herb by basically 2 times. So jumping into the second game then. We've got Curious in the green this time on the left, and we've got Herb on the red. In the right side in Toxin. So again, army advantage for Herb, I would say. Probably expecting Taz to maybe do a Helix to try and get map control in the early game, and then build out from there. That was bad Dozer micro to build that. The Dozer moved out of there really slowly. What you want to do is move the Dozer out, sell a command center, and then build the barracks, because he started doing that all in one. I know it's only, we're talking about a few seconds here, but if you're trying to play against top people like Herb, then little things like that are going to count. Scott Herb looks like he's doing no tunnel up here, just going for a supply, probably going to be quite aggressive. Tunnel on this flank is usually a pretty good idea, and for the China, I forgot to say in the last game, for a China it's pretty hard, because you've got this big line of cliff here. If you build a second war factory here, and you start building units and putting them here, if you ever need to rotate like on Tournament Desert, you can easily do that because the map's nice, wide and open. This big cliff prevents you from doing that, so you've got to go all the way back and then out, and if the GLA is constantly attacking you on the left and the right, then it's hard for China. Like this tunnel's going to get up now, and it's going to be real hard for Taz unless he bunkers this off real quick, which it's not looking like he's going to do. Those are actually going to go down, which again, if that goes down, that's real sloppy. Shouldn't be losing things like that. It's not much to pay attention to in the early game, so losing a Dozer sometimes does happen though. This minigun is just going to be a little bit too slow reaching the worker. Just going to escape. Thought he was going to be covered in Toxin then. Helix is going up, like I mentioned. The thing about the Helix is you want to be nice and quick, and because that Dozer was a little bit slow building that barracks, and because that Helix didn't go over there to pick him up, all them infantry have now been actually run over. Little things like that. If that had been 3 seconds quicker, that wouldn't have happened, and that would change the game. So you know when I'm talking about a few seconds, and everyone says, "Oh yeah, it's only a few seconds. We're not all the top players and whatever." And you see people moaning in the comments. Well, that is exactly why, because that Helix is now 50%. You see, it's got 4 missing infantry. It's 50% weaker. So now Herb only has to make a few quads and a couple of rockets, and that Helix is going to go down, and that's going to change the game quite a bit. Helix is still going to be pretty powerful, but that tunnel would go down 2 times quicker if it was full of infantry. This is where it's going to be difficult for Taz. Like I said, with the flank, how the hell did that quad just move through the mines? I'm not sure. This is real sloppy from Taz, because that Helix is getting taken down slowly. Luckily, it's still on 100% speed. This supply is going to go down though, whether those rockets get there or not. He sold the supply center, so you lose the mines. Now that quad is going to escape. So Taz is now going to bunker off that, but he's in a real difficult situation. I don't know if you can build a supply back there. I think you can if you build it in the right way, but I think the terrain's a bit weird, so it just doesn't fit in. So if he builds it here now, that bunker's not going to do anything, so
Unit lost.
Needs to be careful as well because that he could pop now and probably kill that dozer. So, yep. And that bunker's built on weird terrain, so it's just going to fire into the cliff. You see there, it's on a weird terrain, and Taz just quits. No idea what Taz is doing there. That's a game wasted and thrown away, I felt. Pretty quick compared to the last game. Both collected about the same, but Herb just played pretty standard, didn't do anything special, but Taz just messed up every single aspect of that game, I felt. So jumping into the third game then, we've got Curious with the nuke, again in the orange and left, and we've got Herb on the right with the purple colour tank. So I feel Taz has got the army advantage again. Tank generally should always be losing to nuke, or the majority of the time. Reason being is because when they get up to overlords, when they get the propaganda center and they get overlords, the nuke overlords for Curious are really quick, like super quick, and Herb's tank army will be real slow in comparison. Also, tank has no ranged units, but nuke does, so just a nuke cannon or some infernos and the whole game is pretty screwed for Herb. And if we get to the very late stage and we get nuke MiGs out, then there's pretty much nothing tank can do, because nuke MiGs destroy pretty much anything that tank can make, whether it be helixes or ground units, even with ECMs. If you make an ECM in the middle of your army, that can even do more damage than if there was no ECM in the army, so it spreads the missiles out. So I'd like to see what Herb is going to do here, and I hope Curious is going to play better than the last game, because nuke should generally be winning this. So we've got two war factories going out of both. We've got Herb going for a quick barracks, and he's making a outpost. If you make an outpost with tank, it costs 950, and if you constantly build them, or even if you build it for your first unit, especially if you're building a barracks and a bunker like he's going to be doing, then you're not going to be able to produce out of the two war factories at the same time. So you notice these next two units, well, especially this one, they're going to be a lot slower, just because those outposts cost 950. So if you're building battle masters, they only cost 700. I probably would be doing that instead. This battle master might even just sneak through. It should go down, thanks to the second RPG. One RPG going to go down, and this outpost is going to go over here. I would probably prefer to see from Herb to be him be doing battle masters. Just because he can have more units out and he can be constantly pumping them out, and battle masters in numbers are very strong. If you get a big line and a big defensive line and push forward, then the nuke battle masters will have a hard time breaking through and often go down. But Herb's build order is pretty solid, I would say. He's got a nice bunker there to defend any harassment here. Got units coming out at the top, so he's pretty secure. Now going for a propaganda center. Curious actually going for a third supply and possibly oils. I don't know if he's going to make actually a propaganda center and go for Lotus. But you'll see at 1v1 the tank battlemaster should win because it's got more HP and higher damage, but it is slower though, so the nuke battlemasters in numbers should be able to out micro them and move back when they're damaged. Is Curious going to move back now? Yeah, because he's faster than pretty much all the... actually not there, it looks like. I think because he moved diagonal versus outpost is moving straight. If they move directly away from each other, the nuke battlemasters should be faster than pretty much all the tank units, and should not really be going down ever, unless you're suiciding them on purpose. Herb, I would probably now be making a Black Lotus and get the oils. Got to press number 5 again so this map works. That outpost should go down. So we've got a propaganda center in the top left. Probably going to be a Black Lotus and instant capture, so that's pretty decent by Taz. I mean, Curious. For anyone that doesn't know, Curious is Tasmani, they're the same player, but he usually plays under Tasmani, but Curious looks like his new name. So we have got a Black Lotus coming out. This Battlemaster going to go in, and Herb's perfect timing with the mines. Unfortunate for Curious, going to go down. We've got ECMs and Battlemasters out now. We've got 2 Battlemasters down here. So Taz, because he's now teching up and stuff, he's going to be a little bit weak if he's not got that many units out. Unless you've got loads of Battlemasters, he's going to be pretty hard to defend against. Of course, an outpost with RPGs inside is going to do just as good a job. So he just needs to hold on until he gets Overlords and ECMs out and a few Gats in the back, just in case Herb goes Helix, which I wouldn't recommend, but just in case. Yeah, so Overlords, ECMs are going to be able to pretty much win everything. I'm just conscious about how much I'm flicking around the map. People have told me off before for flicking too fast around the map, but maybe I'll try and scroll instead. So we've got Curious bunkering in that oil. We've got a Lotus coming in here now. I'd like to see some cash steal. The reason I'd like cash steal is because if you capture that now, Herb's going to sell it and get 750 back, so he's only 750 down, and a loss of a supply, of course. If you steal cash, though, it's 1,000 in your bank and 1,000 off the enemy bank, so that's a 2k difference. So you tell me which is better. So we've got Herb pushing in there. Going to go down to the bunker and the Overlord. A real bad idea to push into that. This Overlord is going to be by itself, so actually going to go down to an ECM and 2 Battlemasters. I think Herb's best chance is loads of Battlemasters and loads of ECMs. Have more ECMs than your enemy and be able to shut him down when you can. Taz is actually going to push up here. Probably should chase that and pick that off. It's a free unit to kill, and you could even probably push in and maybe kill them before they can disable all your stuff, but maybe doesn't want to risk it, just want to go back and play safe. This Overlord's going to get disabled again, but there's nothing here to kill it apart from this Battlemaster over here, but can it get over there? I'm not really paying attention to that one. Herb not on much cash, not gone for this oil, and I haven't seen the Lotus out of him yet, or did I see it? I actually missed that. I thought he built it, but maybe I missed that. Maybe I missed how it died. This Overlord is going to take quite a bit of damage. Going to end up pretty low. I think if he wakes up and then moves away pretty instantly, you should be able to escape. Just unlucky. Just a little bit too late. It had to turn its tracks to move. Got loads of Overlords out of Curious now, so this is going to be the pressure point for Herb. This is going to be pretty hard to deal with. We've got units, stealth units here and here, so Taz's Curious's view is pretty big. He has got good map control. There is a Helix out, but a Helix takes quite a lot of damage just from one GAT, one anti-air unit, so this is going to be pretty useless now. And is he going to walk straight into more GATs? I'm not sure. That Overlord should just escape, I think, yeah. But that Helix is a dead man flying now because yeah, it just needs a little poke and it's going to go down. Loads of RPGs in there. I didn't expect to be 3 in there, but yeah, there's 3. Overlord's coming in now. The War Factory's going to get captured by the Lotus. We've got loads of ECMs out of Herb now, but not enough though. 4 ECMs for 4 Overlords and GATs and ECMs is not enough. You need loads more ECMs, and you need to get like the surround on him and disable all his stuff and then move in with what units you've got. You could even disable the GATs and get in with the Helix, kill the GATs and then clean up the rest, but the Helix is already pretty low and gone down, and now this should be Herb out of the game. Just that bunker to take down. It was quite a nice-ish build order from Herb, but I think
you are victorious.
Maybe in the beginning, maybe making them outposts, which are expensive and means you can't produce that much units. Maybe that was a bad idea, I don't know. But yeah, GG anyway. Nuke should win that, so it was unfair a little bit for Herb. But yeah, GG. So moving into the 4th game then, we've got Curious with Inf and Herb with Super Weapon General. So again, I think is a little bit imbalanced. Maybe later game it balances out a little bit, but for the first half of the game at least, this is going to be a lot easier for Curious to play than it is for Herb. It's going to be pretty tough to hold on. So let's see what Herb does. The way he's making a barracks first is either going to go for a fast oil capture or a quick drop. So Taz actually sending a dozer down here now. Herb should see that because he's done a drone there. I don't know if he saw the dozer going there and then put the drone down, but you should be expecting it. There is going to be some missile defenders out and they're going to do a drop. It'd be perfect if you can stop the supply actually finishing, because that really screws over Inf, but if it finishes then it might be a little bit difficult. It's going to finish, and these trucks now, well, the dozer is going to go down. The trucks are Going to get laser locked. And as long as Herb just keeps him there, Taz can't collect anymore. Taz has built another truck. What has he built another truck for? That's just a waste of 600 because now she's going to have to park there. And he's actually lucky that didn't go down. Taz actually going for 3 supplies. He's built another truck. He's going to go for the run over, but he shouldn't be able to make that. What he should have done is actually gone with both trucks, and then he would have killed both things. But now if that truck goes to the run over, if Herb is paying attention, does an instant laser lock, that truck will be... Oh, what is he moving away for? He's going to try and get it stuck in the centre where Taz can't run it over, but he should have just stayed laser locked on it. It would have at least died or collected slow. 1 V going down. I actually missed what that was going down to. I think it went down to that bunker, which again is a bit sloppy from Herb if that's correct. Did just miss that. Taz actually going massive economy and now going for a helix. But Herb going forward with a 1V is pretty empty though, to say the least. The V should take a little bit of damage. Herb's going to get in and he's going to scout what's going to be coming at him, but whether he's going to be able to do enough to stop the helix, I'm not sure. Oh, in the meantime, we've got 2 miniguns, as we see on the minimap. And we've got Herb getting the oil. Well, he's got the oil on the top left. Going for the bottom right oil as well. What I probably would have done in this matchup is gone for 2 supplies for the super weapon general. And do war factory barracks. And then maybe like a more forward barracks like up here. And do flashbangs and stuff. Whatever you do is going to be difficult, but I think that might be more solid. Herb actually harassing the supply over here, but I don't think he knows that Taz is actually on 3 supplies. So Herb has got quite a few Vs out now. Only one's got some units in there though. If it's pretty instant laser lock, I should do some big damage. If I was Taz then, I would have stayed there and just focused down those missile defenders. You wouldn't even took anywhere near that damage. But now because he's decided to run away, he's actually lucky not to lose that. I would have predicted that would have gone down. 1 missile defender going to run forward. Of course that's not going to achieve much, but it's going to be a little bit of a good scout for Herb. That helix going to go back and repair. A little bit sloppy from Curious, I think. Didn't need to get that helix that low. He could have stayed over the missile defenders, like I said, and just focus them down. Taz actually going to go and, well, Curious, I mean, he's actually going to go and kill the oil. That has got flashbangs of that ranger though, so he should do quite a bit of damage to all those splash damage. The flashbangs to tank hunters does pretty quite a lot of damage. Herb not paying attention though, not moving the ranger. He is actually paying attention over here, and he's got these with tow missile out now. These infantry going to take out 1 V. That V was the Vet 2-1, but luckily the pilot's going to escape and go in the next V, I would imagine. This is going to get cleared up. Dozer going down. We've got 1 dozer left from Herb, and he was on 2 oil, so he wasn't in a bad situation. But as soon as these helixes come in, if they can get in the base past the EMP and past the tow Vs, then that will be big damage done to Herb's base, and Herb hasn't got much of a base left. He's now going for a second supply. We've got no capture upgrade out of Taz's minigunner, so he's just slowly killing the oil. V gonna go and save that. So Herb actually has lived through the early game, so this is where it starts to become a little bit more balanced, I think. And as soon as Pathfinders come out, it's going to actually be a little bit difficult for Curious. When EA Games were making this, they probably should have balanced super weapon to be better in the early game, and Inf to be, and maybe super weapon to be a little bit less powerful in the late game. Super weapon dies too much early on, I think. That EMP, will it go down? I don't think so. There is some more rockets coming, but there's some Vs coming to help it out. Some flashbangs against full outposts aren't going to do much. You need some rockets to pop them open. 1 V going down. Don't think that needed to happen. A little bit sloppy. Of course, every unit's going to count now because he's got these full outposts to deal with. As long as he can pop them open with these missile defenders, the flashbang should be able to do good damage. He is going to evac them all though, but the splash damage from those flashbangs should kill loads of those. They're actually all going to have to run away. And I can still hear the helix. I've got 2 helixes still. I've got quite a lot of missile defenders though, so Herb only has to select them, press the E key to select them all on the map, and then whatever his laser lock key is to laser lock the helixes, and they should go down pretty quick. So you see the helixes just park over the missile defenders and just take them out rather than running away, because if they ran away they just take loads of damage like you did earlier, but choosing to stay there and take the engagement that time. We've got a super weapon turret, EMP turret going up there. So Herb is like slowly barricading his base off. He's only really got this top bit to worry about now for helixes, and for pretty much anything actually, because ECMs can sorry, not ECMs, EMPs can slow down the infantry army. We've got Curious taking out another oil. He's probably going to lose all these things though. Probably would do a TNT on there and hope that Herb isn't paying attention. And the TNT might kill it, but Herb actually going to win that engagement. Is paying attention, going to go back in the bunker, which might not look important, but it's a good scout because it provides map control for this whole area. Got some more rangers going in there. I don't know why he's sending more rangers. Maybe he thought he wasn't going to win that engagement, but they're going to go in. We've got another EMP going up. We've got an army from the infantry general. So Inf's controlling the game, but Herb is bunkering in nicely. I'd like to see Curious expand to all 4 supplies rather than just the 3rd. Of course, he's only got 1 dozer though, I think. Yeah. But those helixes are a big problem. Herb's kind of got to stay. Well, actually, I say that the EMPs are pretty good defenses, so actually he can move out. So Curious chipping away at Herb's map control with the outposts ECMs. We actually have got MiGs and the Napalm MiGs as well. Of course, we have got an Avenger out. Those rockets doing a little bit of damage to the EMP. We've got the MiGs coming in. MiGs probably going to go down. Has he got the armor upgrade? No, he hasn't got the armor upgrade. So 3 of them going to go down, which costs 3,600. But he has broke through, and the damage that he causes now is probably going to outweigh it. Yeah, even if it doesn't outweigh it, the amount of damage he's causing, he can afford to trade off because he's on 3 supplies against Herb's 2. So as long as Herb does some good micro here, shouldn't lose anything really. Going to lose the most expensive unit, the Avenger, for not moving that back quick enough and not moving the Vs forward quick enough. We've got more infantry spam coming out of Inf needs to kind of win pretty soon before EMPs, sorry not EMPs, well before more EMPs, but before Pathfinders and before Auroras come out, because then it's going to be super hard. You think it's looking hard for him now. As soon as EMPs and Pathfinders and Auroras get out, it's going to be even more difficult for Inf. But it is probably balanced at this point. Two Chinook's going to go down. Herb not paying attention. 2 going down. Yeah, there's 1 left. This is all going to give generals points, which of course we can see the mines come in and we can see the carpet. I think the mines is going to be killed by the carpet though. Some of them actually taking out the strategy center so no Auroras can get out, which is cool, because Auroras of course do massive damage. One of the best units in the game to ground armies at least. So that Helix, even if it takes a little bit of damage, is going to self-repair because it's got Vet 2. So if Taz can now bunker off this, probably do 1 more bunker there, and just fill them both, then Herb's going to be stuck in his base. That was a pretty bad MiG engagement. You need 4 MiGs to kill a power, I think, not 3. But I think, oh no, Herb actually got a dozer. I thought he thought that he had no dozer left. The Helix is going to run forward, but it's empty. And weirdly, one EMP is going to fire at it and shut it down. A little bit strange, completely empty. I think it just self-attacked, or I don't know if he attacked by command. But either way, that shouldn't be happening. That was a waste of 1,500. He does have a massive army though, loads of rangers going forward, and his units are pretty scarce for her because he's had massive economic damage now. So he's going to be pretty hurt from that. Whereas Taz, meanwhile, is on 3 untouched supplies. It could be on that one as well, and he's got probably loads of cash here. He's got like 5k, so I'm not sure why we're not seeing a dozer go over there, but I'm pretty sure he's going to win anyway. Mix, did we just see Mix? Yeah, I'm sure we just saw Mix, but they've gone down to the EMP. Big damage caused all round. That's going to probably give him another general's point, who's going to have artillery, I would imagine. Infa's got real nice general's promotions, so yeah, you've got mines, you've got carpet, and artillery pretty quick. Those minigunners are going to take massive damage from the flashbangs. I'd like to see Curious just make 100 MiGs, because if he makes just loads of MiGs, Herb is in a pretty bad situation now. There's nothing Herb's going to be able to do against loads of MiGs. Like, MiGs could just be picking away at this infantry now, rather than doing outposts. I mean, Taz has got plenty of cash. He's floating 5k. He's got a spare dozer here, and he's not going over there. We have got some MiGs out. I've got one. A load of MiGs did go down. He's rebuilding them. Now got Pathfinders. And Herb going for a drop. Carpet has replenished already. I think it's like a 2.5 minute cooldown. Massive damage done there to Herb's base. Herb is just being picked away now by Curious. V went down, and now we've got a Chinook with 1 V in there, I think. This is looking pretty bad. We've got a Pathfinder and load of flashbangs, but no rockets now to pop open these things. So pretty much drive the probably drive an ECM and an outpost. Sorry, drive an ECM and the assault troop crawler into this load of stuff, and he should just die. Herb has got literally nothing to counter this now, so he should be dead. Oh, actually, we do have some rockets there. That MiG should change target and fire there. We've got a backup MiG to kill that. So the V going to go down. All the rockets going to go down. This is GG for Herb. In the bag for Taz. Just wait now until he takes out the rest of his buildings. Herb is going to try and hold on, but it's really pointless. This is going to be GG. Be a shame if he pops open that assault troop crawler, because Taz should easily be winning this now and not losing units like that. I'd like to see where the MiGs are. It's still floating 4k and not expanded. A really decent engagement. MiG's coming in now, gonna finish the dozer. Yeah, that's Herb dozless now. So Herb probably maybe still had a slight chance there if you maybe got the command center up, but now mines have been dropped on all the infantry, and really now just Herb last ditch attempt, gonna go for a drop. Probably would grab that Chinook as well and try to do a 2 Chinook drop. Don't think 1 is going to do enough. Do you reckon Taz is collecting with enough trucks there? Probably would send some over here. Of course, he's mined out everywhere else, so I suppose having loads on 1 is no problem. 2 is the optimal, but if you want to have 3 and 4, I think maybe you collect slightly quicker. No, actually you don't. If it's the perfect supply, I'm pretty sure it doesn't collect quicker. Wildhide did send me a table actually about how quick things collect, and 2 is the optimum, but things like GLA workers are on there as well. And we can see like 7 and 8 workers collecting is a lot more efficient than, or collects you a lot more cash than only having like 2, for instance. Chinook going down, and that is Herb out. That's a GG and well played by Taz. Let's just have a quick look at the stats. Units lost pretty similar. Taz 85,000 versus Herb's 52,000. So Herb did pretty well considering Taz had quite a lot more cash than him. So going to jump into this 5th game then. So if I'm not mistaken, that is 3-1 for Curious so far. It's in the tank in the green colour versus Herb with the toxins. The army look has flipped now, and Herb has got the army advantage for once. Maybe that'll help Herb get a game back, but let's see if Taz can pull this one off. Yeah, it's going to be really difficult for Taz, especially on this map, because like I said before, your army is kind of split by this cliff. So if he builds a second war factory up here, which I'm pretty sure he's going to do, then it's going to be pretty hard, because your army can be in 2 halves and picked apart by the tox. Not to mention that even if there wasn't a cliff there, it's a pretty hard matchup anyway, because you're driving into the tunnels that have the toxins. They take out flamers really quick. They take out tanks pretty-ish quick. Gats go down super quick, but you get 2 free RPGs, which of course take out Battlemasters. Curious going to send a truck forward, which of course is a good idea, because you can pretty much always expect there's going to be a tunnel on this flank. They're actually playing on the balanced version of Barren Badlands. So I don't know if you noticed, the terrain here is a lot flatter than it normally is, and here as well, so that's why it's balanced. Otherwise, normally you have real difficulty placing supplies like around these 2 areas. You've got to like build it on this cliff here, which is normally like a ridge there, and you've got to build it like up there and collect long range. It's like really stupid and really weird. Taz actually not getting too bad of a start there. Actually going to take a little bit of damage here. One truck's going to go down. There is mines out now, but I don't know if Herb knows which building they're on. Both trucks probably going to go down. That's a bad start then for Curious. He's not going to be able to clean it up just in time. That's 1,200 lost, and the mining time lost as well. But Herb has done tunnels in a similar place to before, so there, but this time actually done this one a bit further back and choosing to garrison these 2 buildings, which is what I recommended before. Taz actually well, I keep saying Taz and Curious, we're going to call him Curious from now on, I promise. Curious actually getting a flame around the back, and that's going to cause massive problems for Herb. At least the war factory is going to go down, and at least a couple of workers is going to go down. Taz, why is he, Curious, why is he wasting time? Just get killing that war factory, get killing the workers. I would now probably alter the turret and flame here. You need to make sure that war factory goes down. It is going to go down. Just pretty close though. He wasted a little bit too much time there, I felt. But does get that down. Super good for Curious. Got this flamer snuck through as well. But how far is that going to get, and where is it exactly going? I don't know if he's waypointed it. I don't think he has. Got that weird truck coming down from Curious. Actually choosing to run over the worker, which is a little bit weird. I don't know if that was a bit of a miss micro. I'm going to say it is, and probably going to lose the truck, and that's pretty poor. Of course, he might be paying attention elsewhere. This is going to be a hard hold for Curious now. He needs probably Battlemasters and Flamers, that nice little combo, to fight all this, and hopefully behind it somewhere get a Helix. Going on for a 3rd supply, and Herb is probably going to be allowing that to happen. Of course, he doesn't know there's a supply going up there, but he has no scout, and he's a war factory down. Herb actually expanded into a 3rd supply as well. Going to lose some workers though to a Gat. This Gat now, if he's quick, he can probably sneak down the side and maybe get a couple of workers, maybe, but actually he's going to lose it anyway. Battlemaster's going down the centre. I don't really like that, because Taz knows that this is garrisoned here and here, so he can't push forward without a flamer. So I'm not sure where they're going exactly. I think he's just scouting for more tunnels and just stopping Herb from getting more map control. But Herb in the meantime is getting 1 oil, not quite getting the 2nd yet. I'd probably like to see the a bike made, because he can get over to that oil pretty quick, evac the rebel that comes free with it, and just get the oil. That'd be nice. Taz, or Curious even, actually just bunkering off a little bit, which isn't too bad. I probably would behind this be getting a Helix. So Curious, considering the bad matchup, he's actually ended up not in a bad situation. If I was to start the game and to jump into this situation, I'd be much happier with the situation that he's in, rather than rather than starting from the beginning. He is definitely in a decent situation. We've got a load of battle masters. He's got 3 supplies, decent-ish control. It's not allowed Herb to get tunnels everywhere. Taking out the war factory once, and now we've got a bite coming out, and taking out a Scorp there. Herb is now on 3 supplies on 1 oil, so the longer this goes on, and as soon as that palace gets up, the harder it's probably going to get for Curious, unless he does mass helixes. Mass helixes and battle masters is a good idea, because then Herb is forced to make expensive quads at 750 a piece. So Herb actually making a stinger there. Maybe he expects there to be a helix coming in. Curious's flamer probably would start flaming there. He may be able to get the worker, but he's gone back now. Probably waited a little bit too late. As soon as them RPGs get in that bunker, it's going to be a little bit hard to deal with. But nevertheless, he's actually done pretty well there. I probably, even though you're going to take a little bit of damage, I probably would approach this bunker and start fighting it. But he's going to actually go straight for the base. I think he's afraid before Herb bunkers up. But I probably would have used that situation to take map control, but actually he's going to flame that anyway, so actually he's not looking bad for Curious at all, although that engagement there was pretty bad. Walked straight into a load of RPGs and took splash damage from loads of stuff. But actually he's not looking too bad of a situation. I mean, for tank to be on the aggressive and Tox on the back foot, it's not a bad situation at all. 1 gat's probably going to be picked off there, it's very low, just on 1 HP. Flame is going to take some more map control. That flame is going to go down pretty quick, but he's going to be able to do a little bit of damage. That toxin tunnel, take it lower for later. Battlemaster is going to be pushing forward. I'd like to see a helix come in and help all this stuff, or at least the Battlemaster autoloader upgrade. If these Battlemasters stay in numbers, they're very strong, but as soon as they get picked apart, like he's lost too many of them now, there's only 2 left on full HP. It's going to be hard to win any engagements with. Herb actually pushes Taz back, takes out a load of units. Burst's actually going to go down, but it's going to be able to pick away all of those units, so massive gem points for Herb. He's going to have Toxin ambush pretty soon. We've got helixes now coming in, but that's a bad situation because he threw away his ground army before the helixes could come in. Those helixes probably should just go straight to the army of Herb, because if you pick away all them Scorps, it's still an even trade, I think. Both full armies. But now he's revealed himself. I mean, killed one or 1.5 buildings and give away that he's built helixes. He needed to surprise him and take out all them Scorps, which is still just sitting there. He probably could have gone in, lost 1 helix, but in return killed 2 quads, all them Scorps, and maybe got the bus down to the scaffold. But instead, all them Scorps are going to live to fight later, which is going to cause him problems later. He's revealed himself, and that was a big surprise element wasted, I feel. Such a big investment. Are those helices going to get over to this tunnel and shut it down in time? He's actually just going to be scared away by 1 quad. Of course, he doesn't know that these other quads are still sat in the base. So it was looking pretty good for Curious, but now Herb has won a few engagements and pushing Curious back. It's now looking still good for Herb. Of course, this is Herb's tournament life. If he on the line here, if he loses this 1 game, that's going to be Taz 4-1 up, and he's going to go through. So we got the helixes taking out an oil. Have we got anyone with the bottom right oil? No, we haven't. So maybe something Curious could do with the amount of map control that he's got. He could probably do that. Helix going down for nothing. A little bit more bad micro all the way through this game. I think Curious hasn't been that good with the helixes, either losing them unnecessarily or not doing enough damage, not moving in the right time. Don't think he's done that great with them. This is a nice little wall of bunkers. If I was him, I probably wouldn't walk into that. You're probably going to lose quite a bit of stuff, but actually choosing to go through with it anyway. and lost one bus, lost 2 quads. That was his strong one as well. Lost another quad and lost another quad. So that's all Herb's army gone from that side anyway. We know he's still got loads of scorps, which are predominantly in the tunnel, or all in the tunnel. Got loads of black markets coming out of Herb now. And that's another bad thing about tank, is that he can't make hackers. It's not even worthwhile because they're so expensive and so fragile. If you make a full, someone did a review of it, if you make a full internet center full of hackers, the amount of money that you spent, it takes 7 full minutes to make a profit on that. That's just a profit, never mind any decent money. Just to pay for itself and make a little bit of profit is 7 minutes, and most 0 hour games last 7 minutes. I mean, this game's been going on for 11 and we're nearly at the late game stage, so yeah, 7 minutes is a long time. It's got a little bit of poking at each other, but no major damage. We've got 1 unit picked off. Jarman is now out to chip away at the tank army. That's a great unit because it only costs 1500, and each unit the tank has got is usually 700. So like Gats and Battlemasters cost 700, so you pretty much take out 2 units with the snipe. He's pretty much paid for himself, then he's just a free unit on the field. Curious doing a pretty good job. Actually, he has got the autoloader upgraded. Did miss that he built the propaganda center, but not got the oil. Yes, he does have the oil actually. Not sure where the Lotus went though. Not there. But with the autoloader upgrade, the Battlemaster is going to be able to do super big damage. I'm waiting for the command center to finish, which is there, and then the rebel ambush is going to pretty much, if he's got the 16 rebels, is going to do big damage. We know he's got the gamma upgrade because that's purple, highlighted purple. Not the best of rebel ambushes. Parked it right, set it right in front of a load of walking units and had a load killed, but nevertheless, look at all that scrap, look at all them units killed. So that's going to be pretty hard for Curious to come back from now, and no helixes to back it up. Floating a little bit of cash. Probably would sell some of these supplies. Don't need that, don't need that. That's 1500 right there. Yeah, Lotus, I haven't seen her. I think she is on the map though. I think maybe she walked into these tunnels and died. We've got some units pushing forward now from Curious. So 1 gap picked off for nothing. It was a Vet 3, so if it's a Vet 3 unit and you kill it, you get more points, more gem points from that than you do from killing a normal unit. These helixes probably will all go down if they approach it. One's going to go down. You see what I mean about this indecisiveness from Curious and this helixes? I feel they've been massively underused in all of these games. And the command center going down. Herb has just got to be a little bit wary in case of a carpet or an EMP or mines, because that whole army could be in trouble. And of course you won't have any reaction time because it's going to appear straight from here. It appears from the closest side that the command center is from, so that could be hard to deal with. But the command center is going to go down. Helix is coming in. The Anthrax bomb was used defensively to take out some units. Helix is actually going to go straight for the black markets. I think maybe he knows that there's not enough anti-air in the base. There's some anti-air now. That Overlord could kill the Stinger. Actually, that's been captured. That's been captured. That's actually Herb's Overlord. Jarman must have taken it out, and a worker has gone inside it, or one unit has gone inside it anyway. Angry Mob's going to do big damage unless that Gat gets there to help it out. There is mines there, and I think Herb knows it, so he can't push forward and take out that airfield. But Curious's base, when he starts getting sneak attacks and things like that, and base taken out, then he's going to be losing the game in an uphill struggle, and that's exactly what happened. So GG, well played by Herb. Both collected about the same amount of cash. Herb created more units and destroyed about the same. Quite an even game considering it's quite imbalanced. So we're actually going to go into the next game. Okay, so welcome to the 6th game then, I believe this is. So we've got Curious with Tank again, and now we've got Herb with Super Weapon General. So Herb, of course, needs to win again. So the score is 3-2, I believe. If I ever get the score wrong, by the way, we've got... Started putting the score at the bottom anyway, hopefully you like that, and just corrects me if I'm ever wrong. But we got Super Weapon against Tank, so this is pretty hard for Super Weapon. I would much prefer to have Tank, because all you've got to do is pretty much waypoint units like troop crawlers and GATs across the map. But for Herb, he's got to play pretty defensive. I'm actually going to do a turret there, and I'm guessing he's going to do a turret over here as well, an EMP. But if I was going to say, if he goes 2 war factories and just sends them down here, park there or there, and stop Herb from collecting with just 1 GAT. So it's a little bit risky from Herb, and you kind of have to play a little bit risky as Super Weapon General if you want to play, if you want to be able to win, because right now this total area is unguarded. Now going to do an EMP there, but I don't know if that's close enough. I think he knows it. I'm going to build it a little bit closer. Yes, so those rocks there now, and that EMP should block off that side. So that's not a bad start for Herb. Herb actually going to go for the war factory, and because Taz has done this here, actually perfect first unit being a troop crawler. I thought he was going to make a GAT, and a GAT would have walked into that and died, but because he's made a troop crawler, it's actually going to be able to take out that EMP. As long as the dozer doesn't get there to help it and run over some stuff, the EMP should go down. So is the dozer going to come back? Yes, it is. And a GAT's going to come and help it. So that EMP should go down, even with the dozer repairing it, I think. So I was just actually about to say, I wonder if Herb's going to do it. Herb actually... If you let the EMP just target the red guard and your dozer runs into it, it EMPs itself and you're still going to lose the battle. But if you grab hold of the EMP and force fire it somewhere and then run over the stuff, then that happens and the dozer are actually able to clear it up. So that's pretty decent. Another troop crawler coming out, and then meanwhile Curious has got both oils, so actually playing pretty decent. Going for a 3rd supply because we've got 2 at home. A 2nd war factory, and going for some map control with these RPGs. This is pretty much perfect from Taz now. From Curious, rather, as I keep saying that. I do apologise, keep calling him different things. But it's pretty perfect, and now this is a real difficult situation for her, because now he's not able to collect from here versus a guy on 3 supplies and 2 oils. This is why I prefer to have Tank, because as soon as you break through like that, it's going to be hard, and I think Herb's actually going to lose this supply. Well, he is going to lose the supply. It's the end of story, he's going to lose that supply. But meanwhile, we've got some Vs up here causing some damage, killed 2 trucks. Got Hellfires on there, so we're going to be able to do a little bit of damage, but actually the Hellfire is going to go down. I actually don't like the Hellfires that much against Tank, because the GATs can just take them out and they cost 500 each, so that's 1,000 lost there from Herb, which I don't think he can really be affording to spend. Actually lost a dozer there, losing another Chinook. So we've got, sorry, just the first Chinook actually, he's actually saved 3. So he's not able to collect now at all versus a guy with 3 supplies and 2 oils, so that pretty much explains itself how much of a bad situation Herb is in. I don't actually think Herb even played bad. I quite liked his build order, and I quite like that little bit of micro with the EMP thing, but Curious played a pretty solid game, and I'm not sure there was much Herb could do there. So the War Factory is probably going to go down. Those Vs are in a difficult situation now, because what do? Do you help the dozer? Do you help the Red Guard? Or what? No dozer anymore. And probably going to be no Vs pretty soon. This is definitely GG for Herb. 1 EMP. Manages to clip one of the GATs. That's going to help the situation a little tiny bit. But I really don't think, unless we're going to select the best micro ever from Herb, then it's going to be GG, because these Vs, when they go down, he's not going to be able to replace them. Meanwhile, he's still not collecting. It's going to slowly clean up some stuff, but I mean, as soon as that finishes and the ECMs come out, it's going to be pretty impossible to win. I mean, Vs are pretty good against units. There's 1 V going down, only 1 V left. These are a pretty like efficient unit, but one of them versus ECMs and GATs is not going to be good. And that's actually Herb out, so Curious going to go forward
You are victorious.
to the final against myself. Now there's something I actually need to tell you about the final, and that's why I haven't posted a video for a while. So me and Taz have been due to play for the last like 3 or 4 weeks, and Taz has actually postponed that much and basically delayed it, and CNCHD, the host, has actually disqualified him now, so Taz is actually now out. So I'm sorry I have to tell you that, and I'm as much disappointed as you are that has had to happen. So I've taken the first place prize money of $140. When Taz fixes his internet or whatever his problem is, he said that he's had an internet problem and not been able to play, but he's not been given any explanation or not given any time frame. So the CNCHD, the admin, has had enough and just disqualified him and let me win the World Series 2016. So I take first place and $140, which I'm more than happy to take the cash. But I still want to play Curious and for the final, just so like there's something for you guys to watch and to complete this series, because doing all this first round, second round, third round, all these games has all led up to the final, and now to end it without a final seems a bit like completely ridiculous. So I'm still up for playing him, but in the meantime he's been disqualified and I've been given the cash. Taz actually gets no cash. Second place prize money is still up for grabs, which I think is $95, I think. And I've taken $140. We've got Herb versus Rob for third place, which is still to come. But yeah, I'm super disappointed about the final. It's actually demoralised me from even playing for a bit, to be honest, because like I wanted to play it, and Curious has not even like, I've even offered him to still play it, and I'll even put in money and play a bet against him, but he's not even like responded. So like, I don't know what do you do when you come across someone like that who's just not explaining yourself. And so it's like I'm just as disappointed as you guys. So yeah, the final will maybe arrive, or maybe I'll play against someone else, but for now it's looking like there'll be a bit of a delay for the final. But third place is yet to come. So Herb will go through, sorry, not Herb, Herb will go out, play third place against Rob, as we can see there. Curious actually dominated that last game, and will go through 4-2, but then get disqualified. But yeah, I don't know what else to say, guys, and that's why I've been postponing and not making a video, because I actually didn't know how to continue the series, and should I tell you now or should I make another video. But I just thought I'd put it out there, tell you where it is, and hopefully I can think of something else to do for the final. Maybe I'll even put some money in and Taz can play me for we'll do a bet against each other or whatever. But yeah, GG. Sorry to end on that bombshell, but hopefully you enjoyed these games. GG, and we'll definitely be back with at least third place. But yeah, thanks for watching.